Every bathroom starts with a vision. And when the homeowner finds the perfect look, you naturally want to provide the perfect fit. The contents of this video are designed to help you achieve it, with step-by-step instructions for installing a beautiful and durable Marblestone shower surround from VT Industries. To complete the installation of a Marblestone shower from VT, you will need the following tools: a 6-foot level, a 2-foot level, a tape measure, a set of lifting handles, suction cups, a Makita variable speed grinder with a marble blade, silica carbide sandpaper, a Velcro backer pad, diamond core bits, a mortar trowel, thin set, a caulk gun with clear caulk, color-matched caulk, polyester adhesive and colorant, CA glue, a cleaner, and a respirator with removable filter discs. To reduce the risk of injury, proper safety equipment should be worn at all times while performing a Marblestone shower panel installation. This includes safety goggles or glasses to protect your eyes, earplugs, steel-toe boots, and leather gloves to protect your hands from cuts while handling sharp objects. You should also wear a respirator with removable filter discs specifically designed to block VOCs, since they may be present in dust and the seam adhesives. A successful Marblestone shower panel installation depends on proper measurement. Begin with a drawing of a shower panel that you can mark your measurements on. Using your 6-foot level to determine plumb, mark the outside edges of the shower panels. Using your 2 or 6-foot level, determine how level your shower pan is. On your drawing, mark the necessary adjustments to be made to the panel. Measure from the outside line to the back wall and mark those dimensions on your drawing. Do the same from the top line to the top of the pan if necessary. If the panel contains the cutouts for the shower spout or control handle, measure those from your lines and place them in the drawing as well. It's also possible to make a full template out of Luan or cardboard. Transfer those measurements to the Marblestone panel using a pencil on the lighter stones. Avoid using pen as it may stain the surface of the stone. For the darker stones, you may need to place blue painter's tape on the surface of the stone to draw a visible line. Cutting stone is essentially the opposite of cutting wood. When cutting wood, you push the saw blade away from you. With stone, you pull the saw blade toward you so that you take heat away from the stone. The dust that is expelled in the process aids in taking this heat away from the stone. Keeping the heat down is critical, as the stone is much more likely to chip if it gets too hot. If dust is an issue, a wet cut can be made by using a spray bottle to dampen the blade as it cuts. When cutting a panel, always make a relief cut at the opposite end from the start of the cut. This will prevent the end of the cut from breaking off a corner. The cut should be as close to perpendicular to the surface of the stone as possible. After the cut is made, it should be checked for straightness. Any high spots can be ground down using the sandpaper. The top edge of the cut should also be eased and slightly polished. If the panel is getting a soap dish, it's possible to lay out the cuts necessary for that and finish them at that time as well. In order to drill your spout, faucet, or control handle holes on the job site, lay out their location on the surface of the panel by marking the center point of the hole and then marking the outside diameter. Drill on a slow speed and allow the core bits to do most of the work. Use a shop vac near the drill to suck up any dust that may be created during the process. You can use a drilling guide to avoid the core bit leaving the hole and scratching the top of the counter. Roll the bit from side to side as you drill to avoid the core bit being pinched in the hole by the dust buildup. You may need to polish one of the edges of the Marblestone panel. This will be done using the Makita grinder, the Velcro backer pad, and the silica carbide sandpaper. Use the slowest speed on the grinder in order to polish. Start with the lowest grit paper, 60, and work your way through the higher grits of 120, 220, and 400 until you complete the polish with the highest 600 grit. Always ease the cut edges of the stone with the 60 grit paper before polishing. A sharp edge may catch the sandpaper and tear it. Work left to right as you polish the piece. Make sure you have good contact with the polishing pad and that you are polishing with the entire surface of the pad. Work to remove all saw blade marks with the 60 grit, and with the rest of the pads, remove the marks from the previous pad. Take care not to spend too much time polishing in one spot, as this may burn the polyester binder in the stone. If a soap dish is placed above the mid-level of a shower, the bottom may need to be polished. The same procedures apply as an edge polish. When the polishing process is complete, a specialized stone wax may be applied as necessary to enhance the gloss of the polish. The wax is applied with a paper towel and allowed to dry, then removed with a quadruple zero steel wool. Care should be taken at all times when handling the Marblestone countertop material, not only to protect the product and the surroundings, but also to prevent injury to yourself and your coworkers. Use proper lifting techniques, which include lifting with your legs and not your back. Also, it's a good idea to visualize the slab of Marblestone countertop as a piece of glass. Any movement that would cause a piece of glass to break may also cause a piece of Marblestone to break. With a large slab of Marblestone, use lifting handles to move the piece from your work area to the room, and suction cups to move the piece into its final location. And only carry the slab vertically, never horizontally. When working with a lifting partner, always make sure each person understands the route that you will take with the panel. Also make sure that the route has enough room for the panel to fit through. Whenever possible, it's a good practice to test fit a shower panel before applying the adhesive. Once the test fit is done, apply the thin set adhesive or silicone to both the wall surface and the back of the panel. The thin set should uniformly cover both areas. The silicone should be applied in a grid pattern, placing mounds of adhesive every 12 inches across the panel and the wall. Apply a generous bead at the spot where the panel and the shower pan will come together. This will seal the bottom of the shower panel and will prevent water from wicking through. Using the suction cups on the front of the panel, move it into place on top of the pan. Apply even pressure against the wall to make sure the entire panel has been pressed into place. Clean silicone off the base. Remove the suction cups and check for plumb. In order to attach a soap dish, you'll need to lay out the location and cut slots 7 inches from the inside corner that slope down 1/8 inch. Once these cuts are made, clean them out with the shop vacuum. Make similar slots on the back side of the soap dish and also a few X cuts across the back. Clean these cuts out as well. Mix up some polyester knife-grade adhesive and apply it to the slots in the panel and also to the slots and back side of the soap dish. Insert the stainless steel washers and place the soap dish into position so that the washers also catch the slot of the panel. Hold this in position until the adhesive cures, approximately 10 minutes. Clean off excess adhesive during the curing process. Once the soap dish is set, clean any adhesive residue off with a light acetone wash. Caulk all of the areas where the soap dish meets the panel with a color-matched caulk after the area has been sealed. Once the panels and soap dishes have been installed, their surface should be cleaned with a marble safe cleaner. A sealer should then be applied to the surface using a clean rag with sealer on it. The entire surface should be covered and the sealer allowed to soak in for a minimum of 5 minutes. The surface should then be cleaned with a marble safe cleaner to remove any sealer residue. Marblestone should be sealed once a year. Any stone sealer that is approved for marble will work. Once your Marblestone has been sealed, all of the seams that are susceptible to water should be sealed with a color-matched caulk. In order for your caulk to look clean, you can either apply tape on each side of the seam or apply the adhesive and spray the panels with a soap and water mixture before removing the excess. Both methods will prevent caulk from being spread across the face of the stone. A surface scratch can be removed by carefully polishing the Marblestone using the same sandpaper used for the edge polish. A rigid backer pad must be used in order to maintain the flat surface of the Marblestone. For a deep scratch, begin with your 60 grit paper and work through the 120 grit, 220, 400, and 600 grit. Lighter scratches may allow you to begin with your 220 grit and work your way higher. Move in a circular motion with the pads. As you progress through the grits, make the polished area slightly larger to blend your polish in with that of the factory. Marble wax may be applied to the polished area once you have finished with all of the sandpaper grits. A chip can be repaired by using a colored polyester adhesive or a Ca cyanoacrylate glue. To repair with polyester adhesive, mix the proper color into the adhesive and apply to the chip or pit. Gently scrape the glue until it is nearly flush with the surface and then allow it to dry. Once dry, remove the residue with a light acetone wash. If the chip is on an edge, the polyester may need to be shaped and polished with the sandpaper. To repair with Ca glue, apply to the chip or pit and allow it to dry. Then use the grinder, backer pad, and sandpaper to remove the excess glue and polish the surface or edge back to its factory finish. As with all marble, Marblestone can be damaged by exposure to acid chemicals and some solvents. Do not use products containing trichloroethane or methylene chloride. These chemicals are used in paint removers or furniture strippers. Also avoid contact with products containing high acidity such as perfumes and colas. In the event of accidental exposure to any of these damaging products, thoroughly rinse with water as soon as possible. Do not use abrasive cleansers. When properly installed, a Marblestone shower surround from VT Industries will provide years of stunning natural beauty and low-maintenance durability and performance.